Yeah.
arranged in a way that'll make you cry or jump for
Yes.
joy or like remember that one obscure childhood memory or think
Yes.
hopeful things for the future. And that is pure magic.
Yeah.
It is just, there's no other way of describing why a bunch of sounds would make you cry.
Yeah.
But it can. There's instrumental music that's just arranged in the right way that you'll weep. And it's like,
It's
strange. It's just a piece of steel, people.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the debut episode of The Story and the Song. I'm going to be your host, Audrey Love. I'm a singer, songwriter, songwriting coach, and creator of the elements of songwriting. And I just wanted to bring you in on the conversations that I have with artists in the music community, professionals in the music industry, so that you can walk away feeling inspired and educated and lit up. So, welcome and thank you for tuning in. Our first episode is with Troy Gilmore. He is a singer songwriter, multi instrumentalist based on the west coast here of Canada, otherwise known as Turtle Island. Um, he has a really deep yet simple perspective on music, and you're not going to want to miss out on this convo. I think you're going to get something out of it, so enjoy. How did you get your start in music, and how
Mm.
did you start songwriting?
Well, it's kind of always been there. My earliest memory is my dad singing on my bedside, singing Zeppelin songs. He was singing, I think, Tangerine. He'd play me and my brother to sleep by singing Zeppelin's Tangerine. And
That's amazing.
my older brother Leo, who's in my band, had a guitar that my dad was teaching him how to play guitar. And when my brother would go to school, I would sneak into his room and grab the thing and hit it and mess with it. And I want to figure this thing out. And then me and my brother kind of, there's years where we're both fiddling around on the guitar, like listening to old blues artists and Zeppelin and Hendrix and stuff, and trying to learn the riffs, as just kids. And it kind of just naturally turned into a family band. My dad played and my mom played, and he had some friends at work, and so we started playing all together. And when I was 16, my dad brought me and my brother to this recording studio for the first time, and he said, I could bring my kids on a big fishing trip and like go do that and spend money like having a holiday that way, or I could show my excuse me burp. I could show my music obsessed kids the recording studio and the process with a producer. So we went into Vaudeville Studios with Jonathan Fluvog Jr. And we lived in the attic of his studio for a week, and literally would like go downstairs and record and all day and order a pizza in and then go up at night and sleep in the studio attic on a blow up mattress. And um, when we had those first songs done, that like blew the roof off it for me. It's like, okay, this is what I want to do. And me and my brother just we became obsessed, and literally 2 years after that, my brother quit his job and bought a motorhome, and I moved into that motorhome with him. Less than 2 years later, I was 17 and living in a motorhome at like the edge of town at the lookout and sneaking into Walmart in the day to charge up the battery and stuff like that. Oh, sorry, folks. That's my alarm to tell me it's 7 p.m. um, so that's really it. It's just a natural progression of playing music from as early as I can remember, and my brother always being kind of involved. And then it turns into us playing together, and that was toxic. It was really bad. Like the music was great, but we were just young kids who didn't know how to like take care of ourselves outside of being at home, and so it turned into like a lot of alcohol
Mm,
for young kids. Like not recommended doing.
yeah.
And we split up, we blew up, we
Okay.
spent a year not talking to each other.
Oh, wow.
And I went into my hometown and I started teaching guitar at the local music store and selling guitars. And I had like 40 to 60 students, I think, over 2 semesters.
No way.
I love that job. Then one weekend, my brother said, "Hey, why don't you come visit me in Kelowna?" He was living there with a band. That's where he went after we split. With the motorhome, he went and lived in a campground with the motorhome, and like kept trying to bring me down there and be like, "We got to keep this thing going." And I was stubborn. No, never again. Never being in a band again.
Really?
And yeah, and then I flew down, and it was like Saturday. We're busking on the boardwalk by the beach, getting an audience, and people are like, "Yes, awesome!" And then I flew home Sunday, quit my job, and flew back Monday and started living on his couch, trying to figure out how do we start a band, how do we do this, like just totally just like, okay, I'm abandoning everything for this,
Wow.
and it didn't really work out. We played in with all the musicians in town, and we had a little band starting, but the same kind of problems started happening.
Mm.
So I left to Victoria, and that's where our current bassist was, and one of my best friends that I met in our hometown. And he moved over from Vancouver from a band that he was in with Connor to come like busk and write with me and stuff. And that kind of attracted my brother and Connor and everyone. And
Okay.
like, hey, you guys are writing great songs. We should do something with this. And like,
Right.
yeah, we
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
Um, so where it started, I have no idea because it's just like been a constant in the background my entire existence.
Yeah. It kind of sounds
Um,
like your dad was the one who introduced music
oh
to your
yeah.
life. So what's your dad's story with music? Did he ever record or
Uh,
release any?
no, he played in cover bands, and he always like strummed his acoustic and stuff like that. He writes some songs and does some covers. He's pretty good actually. Um, but that's about as far as it went. Like he taught us, and then we got better than him pretty quickly, and then it turned into like me and my brother cutting heads. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, we know Dad's four chords. Let's learn some Hendrix.
Right, right, right,
And
right.
then it just turned into like, whoa, you can do anything with these 12 notes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Um, and so you this is all self-taught. You
Yeah,
didn't go to school to study it. You just had this like instant attraction and
that's right.
passion for music
Yeah.
and you just went after it. Like you say, it sounds like there's like these points in your life where you just kind of go for it, and when you
Yeah.
go for it, like you don't fuck around, like you're going for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's all or
And like
nothing.
I see you that way too, like I still see that like passion and that drive in you, and I find it so inspiring. That's why I'm like so excited to have you here, and
Hey,
because
thanks.
I know you inspire me so much. So
Hey, thank you.
yeah, thanks for sharing all of that.
It's definitely an everyday leap of faith kind of thing. It's I was thinking about it the other day. I've not had a 9 to 5 job since I was 20. I'm 28 now. So for 8 years, I've lived in the most expensive city in Canada off of just playing music, which is like, I still don't understand how that's happening.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's happening to me, a complete unknown, so to say, tells me it can happen to anybody. It tells me that like somebody that nobody's ever heard of is playing music to a crowd of people for a great pay right now,
Yeah.
and you'll never hear of them, but they're probably gonna save money and buy a house with that eventually.
Right.
If you're smart about it, there's a lot of money in music still. It's just in different places than it was before.
Yeah, it's the industry definitely has shifted,
Yeah.
and as you know, we all know it's not shifting the direction that's for the artist.
Well, we should have known when Blockbuster closed that physical media was over. That should have been like the signs, the writing on the wall that
Right.
like nobody wants
Yeah.
physical things anymore.
Right. But I was like 8 years old,
Yeah.
and you were like 3, or I don't know what our age difference
I
is. You were
uh,
probably a baby, so
yeah. The I think the death of it wasn't Napster and iTunes like people think it was.
right.
Um, the Beatles was the last hope too. It's a funny thing. Nobody knows about this, but the Beatles had, some people know about this. The Beatles had a company called Apple Corp. that they released all their records on
Oh.
when EMI was too small for them. They started their own company.
Oh, really?
And when Apple came around, they sued them over the name. And there's a lawsuit that
No
the
way.
Beatles won that said that Apple couldn't enter the music space if they were going to continue business under that name. And then a few years later, we all seen the death of the CD and of the vinyl, and we all seen the $9 out of $10 vanish in an instant. And I thought it was so cool when it was happening. Now I look back and go, oh man, that should have been the sign. That should have been it. That
Right.
like it's over for CDs and stuff. Was the MP3 player and the iPod.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
even iTunes yet, where you have songs immediately. It's being able to download unlimited amount of songs into the palm of your hand,
Yeah.
and that's happening on the playground at the kindergarten level. So every single person in the future who's going to buy a CD has this experience of every song they've ever wanted to listen to being at their thumb always.
Yeah.
You know,
You can't change. There's no going
like
back from that, you
any
know?
younger than me,
Yeah.
and these people have not seen CDs,
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And so it gets trippy being in a band where it's like, let's make vinyls and CDs and stuff. I'm always the one who's kind of like,
Is that worth
who are
it?
we doing this for?
Yeah.
Because nobody's doing it.
I don't know. I
It's
mean,
it's
I was
all
in,
online, but I do like the nostalgia of like having a CD. Like I
I
miss
think,
I miss physical music. It's
yes.
sad that most of the world at this point has not been exposed to it.
Yeah. I mean, I was in London Drugs or yesterday, and there was a rack of CDs there, and I like, it caught me off guard. I was like, wait, I like did a double take, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, who's on this rack? Like, we're still selling CDs. And I think, some artists have found some success, and because sometimes people just want to walk away with something in their hand from the
Yeah,
experience that they had with you, and it doesn't even matter if they play that CD or not. It's just
yeah.
like, it's
Not
like
a.
an emblem of the
I
experience they
don't think
had.
anyone who bought my band's vinyl has a record player.
Right.
It's just a
Yeah.
very expensive
So
poster.
it's not like, it's just not it's not the big revenue stream now that we can have as artists, but it's definitely, I think, worth it to give people something like to walk away with.
Yeah.
So
Oh
it's not
yeah.
completely dead, but yeah, I mean, I feel like we are in this weird like situation with in the music industry right now, where a lot of people are like
Yeah.
anti Spotify
It's it's
and pulling their music off of
it's
streaming
all 180,
platforms. And
like from the 60s to late 90s. You would play until you were somebody to then cut a record because you're somebody,
right.
right? It's
Yes.
like, oh, hey, this person has like a million fans. We should probably make a record for them.
Right.
Cool. Now we're in this like crazy era of being able to record anything anywhere. I know a few artists that AI generate the music and then sing into their phone over top of it, and you wouldn't know the difference between whether that was a studio track or not. And they're just like in the
Wow.
park, stoned, making stuff up,
Yeah.
posting 10 songs a day, and it's like that's kind of what you're up against,
Yeah.
is this constant saturation. And I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest.
No, it's all good. I mean, we kind of did a little bit of a sidetrack there. So let's go back to
No,
Oh,
there's an important thought.
okay.
It's gonna drive me crazy if I don't remember it. Oh, they used to play shows and build an established audience
Yeah.
until they could put the record out.
Right.
But now it seems you have to put the record out and make all this music and make this big online presence before you can even play live.
Right.
So it's like you're making the
It's
records
reversed.
to play instead of playing to make the records,
Right.
which is the complete opposite as it's been since the industry started. It's only like the last 20 years that
Yeah.
it's like on its head.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a good thing because people are getting access to way more music
Yeah.
than they used to, right? And it's not as like there was probably a lot of gatekeeping happening there, right? If you didn't have money to record, then you probably didn't get heard. Like, and
Well, yeah,
whereas a lot of
that's
artists
what I'm
now,
saying. Like the Beatles was the last chance that the artist had at making a record and having it go to a store and having that be the route that the artist makes it. The
right?
Beatles had the last lawsuit to protect us all, to keep that business model intact,
Right.
and they failed sadly. And now we're living in this, which is really hard to navigate.
Yeah.
But I think if you ignore all the numbers, it's good.
Yeah. So let's go back to Chase the Bear. So you guys started in 2017. You had some pretty huge moments. You opened up for the Trues at the Commodore, which
Hell
was
yeah.
pretty huge. And you also released an album
Yes,
and
we did.
6 singles. And you also organized a 25 stop tour along the West Coast, like
Something like
self
that.
booked,
Yeah,
which was
almost
fairly
everything we've
successful.
done is self-booked over the years up
Right.
until the last few months.
Yeah. I mean, you've definitely made a name for yourself here in Vancouver.
Oh
I mean, I
wow.
was at that show at the Commodore and it was amazing. And there is a little bit of a story behind that one with you were the first band that played there.
Yeah, they told us that we're the first band that didn't have first original band that didn't have any music release that got to play that stage. Like normally it's artists things happening.
Right. Like
But
more established
we were just
artists.
really close friends with the Truce. When I was younger, not the first time. The first time we were in the studio doing the production was with Jonathan Fluvog Jr. We went again the next time because we met Jack Siprick, the bassist from the Trues,
Okay.
at a music festival, and he
Mm-hmm.
liked what we were doing. So me and my brother, we played so many birthday parties. It was ridiculous because we weren't of age to like go play the bars, and we
Okay.
were the only band in town in Fort Nelson,
Okay.
literally the only band. So everyone was like, "Let's support these kids! Like, just gotta have a band in Fort Nelson."
Right.
And so we would do birthday parties, and we did so many birthday parties that everyone liked us. So we started doing theater shows, and we'd sell out a 400 seat theater in town
No way.
at 16 and 21.
That's
And
amazing.
we made like $9,000, and we took all the money and we flew Jack Siprick to come produce us, booked the studio, like paid for it all off of the backs of our hometown there. And that's kind of where the relationship started. And
Okay.
when Jack seen that we split up, he was really sad. He was like, "Gosh, those kids had potential."
Right.
And then years later, we have this crazy rock and roll band that's better than anything we ever done. And it was Jack that was like, "I want you guys to come open for us." I had mentioned it to him, like, "It'd be awesome if we could sneak in there."
Right.
And then he said, "You know what? Fuck it, sure." And he told the guys, "Let's get them in there." And they said, "No, we can't do that." And it was actually the like 2 days before the show happened that they announced that they added us to the bill, and they only let us play like 20 minutes, but it was the best 20 minutes of my life
Yeah.
at the Commodore. I have played the Commodore with other people since then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went back with Leo D.E. Johnson,
Yeah.
and they played a larger set. It was like almost an hour long set,
Oh, wow.
and I was playing bass and guitar and singing backup. So every song I'd be like on bass for a song, and then guitar for a song, and then singing,
Amazing.
and it was crazy. And I knew a lot better what I was doing when I was at the Commodore the second time.
Right.
It was like, "Oh, this is easy now," and I kept thinking, like, sadly, if Leo, you see this, I'm sorry, but I was wishing that my band was playing the Commodore that night, because it's like we're overly prepared for that
Okay.
environment.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
we've applied to every festival in Canada 6 or 7 times and been shut down. Even this year, we put out 300 applications and we got two,
Oh,
maybe.
wow.
One of them was a friend, and the other one, no, we only got one through the friend. In the States,
Crazy.
when we were booking the States, every festival that we reached out to said, "Where have you guys been?" and had us immediately, opening for bands like Warrant that are very famous
Right.
rock and roll bands.
Right. Yes.
And in a matter of 3 months of touring the States, all of our numbers online matched 8 years of doing Canada. So it was like, what the
Wow.
hell is happening?
Do you think that maybe it's because like there isn't like much of a rock and roll scene here? I mean, do you think there's
No,
enough of a
I think
desire to
I
go
think
to
it's the
rock and roll
system.
show?
I
Oh,
think it's the
it's just a,
system of the application system for festivals. I think it's the point is moot.
oh, okay.
I don't think that they should. It's crazy, controversial stuff. But as a guy who 5 years running now has been denied at over 1,000 festival applications, I would sooner just like talk to the festival organizer and be invited and have these big festivals that everyone's like dying to play. Just have it how it used to be. Just have an AR team that selects the artists and
right.
invites them and then puts a great bill together. Because
Yeah,
it's like all these local bands have stars in their eyes, and oh, if we just get this one festival, everything could
right.
change for us. But then you sink 10 years of your life and your savings into that bet, and it never
Right.
happens, and you're like, oh my
Right.
gosh. And it's really ironic in Canada that it happens that way for us because the festivals we do get, um, they praise us and ask us where we've been. Same thing that was
Right.
happening in
The
the
one in the
States.
States.
Like
Yeah.
the few festivals in Canada that we played recently were great ones, like Fantastics in Kelowna. We opened up for a Elton John tribute band. That was
Yeah.
an amazing tribute band. But the whole festival was all this it was all these bands that are touring on the festival circuit, and they're going, where have you guys been? You're exactly the band we need.
Yeah.
We've been knocking on the door.
Right. That's
And
really surprising to me.
so
Like
that's crazy, yeah.
I feel like you guys, like in my view of you guys, you're very established and it would be easy because I mean your shows are so great. Like
Well,
I
thank
go
you.
and you guys are so tight and just so polished.
Thank you. Well,
Like
if
as
any festival organizers see this, book
yeah,
my band,
please book
dude. We're
them.
pretty like
They
I
deserve it.
promise you, if we suck, don't hire us again.
Yeah.
Like,
But you won't. Like you guys do not suck.
no.
Anyways, but yeah, I mean, you even shared on that tour, you shared the stage with Stone Temple Pilots. That's a pretty amazing moment there for you guys as well. Um,
It's pretty wild. Yeah, we got to have dinner with the brothers of that band. The guitarist and bassist are brothers,
no way.
and we're having dinner
You got to
backstage,
rub shoulders with them,
and
hey?
they said, "You're not too bad for a bunch of old guys." That's what they told us. And not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, it's hit or miss. We did that tour, had some great shows, some great audiences. Like we played an arcade for 5 people with an amazing sound system the day before we played that amazing festival.
Okay.
So the takeaway is like you do get these really big, awesome moments, but don't let that be why you do it, and don't rely on that.
Right.
Like if we made things and put things out with the hope that people were liking them, and the hope that we're gonna like play more shows like that True show. Like obviously we would love that,
Yeah.
um, but I think that would sour what we're doing.
Right.
Instead, it's just we really love this song. We
Yeah.
really love playing together. We love putting a show on. Hey, people resonate with this, and we love to do it.
Yeah.
Well, why not do it?
Yeah.
But I think the second it's like, well, let's try and make it this way because that person might like it, or this festival might like it, or we might reel in this opportunity, or maybe this is the hit. As soon as
Right.
that starts happening, it's like you might as well quit,
Right.
because that's not what the spirit of music likes. At the end of the
Right.
day, it's a language of the soul, and that's what people connect with, right? The more you pander to them, hey, how you guys doing? Right? The more they want to go home. Like
Right.
some of the best shows I saw, not a word was spoken, and they
Mm.
just went off musically into a trance almost,
Yeah.
and the whole audience gets to go there with them. And
Yes.
that's where the real magic starts happening with music, is when
Yes.
you're just purely expressing yourself the way like a great painter would. And
Yes.
then as soon as that happens, that's when people go, oh, hey, that's how I feel, as
Yeah.
opposed to like, why are you trying to like, I don't know, why are you coming on to me right now? you know
Right.
it's
Right.
it's totally different. So we've had some amazing shows and opportunities, and people come into our stratosphere But
Yeah.
ultimately, it's just six friends and a couple brothers just making music because we love
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
to.
I love that perspective. I love that you have that like really deep connection with music and like you just hold strong to that perspective because it's
Yeah.
so easy to get lost in all the noise of the industry
Oh,
and
it's Saturday night, every
yeah.
night of the week in music.
Yeah.
And you can let that be how you live your life, or you can remember why you were mesmerized as a kid in the first place, right?
Right.
For me, seeing music when I was a kid was like, how does this work? This is magic. This comes from people. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
And so I try to stay true to that. And it
Yeah.
still does amaze me. Like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, all music is rhythm, harmony, and melody, and, and lyric. I suppose you could count that, but it's all arranged in a way. It's just frequency, wavelength, and vibration
Mhm.
arranged in a way, a bunch of fucking noises
Yeah.
arranged in a way that'll make you cry or jump for
Yes.
joy or like remember that one obscure childhood memory or think hopeful
Yes.
things for the future. And that is pure magic. That
Yeah.
is just, there's no other way of describing why a bunch of sounds would make you cry.
Yeah.
But it can. There's instrumental music that's just arranged in the right way that you'll weep. And it's like
It's
strange. It's just a piece of steel, people. But it
yeah.
moves you.
But it's like what you're describing is like this multi-dimensional experience, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
Like it's yeah, and thank you so much
It's
for speaking on that. I'm sure that is going to be something that someone out there walks away with today from
hey,
this conversation because that's
I think that
thanks for sharing that.
it's the most magical thing about it is the fact that it's all vibration, frequency, and
Yeah.
wavelength. Because if you take that thought a bit further, it's the very fabric of the universe that is all frequency, wavelength, and vibration. So the fact that you get to take a little part of the universe and like mangle it into this thing that's expressing your energy somehow, whoa, that feels a lot like spell casting to me.
Yes.
Song casting.
Yes. I
you
love that.
know
I love that. I love that so much. And I feel like you do that in your solo project with these
Hey,
new songs that you've written. I do feel like you're channeling the universe in those songs. They're so good.
thank you.
So
Goodness.
make sure to check him out. He's on all streaming
Anywhere you
platforms
can find me.
under Troy Gilmore. You have released 5 singles
Yes, I have.
in how many months?
2 months, which is ill-advised
I mean,
behavior.
I feel glad that you did that because these songs are so amazing. The composition, your delivery, you seamlessly cross genres. And it's just very authentic and
Thank you.
yeah, it's been such a pleasure listening to these songs.
Hey, thank you so
And
much.
we were at your house earlier, and you were showing me a bit of your production and how you recorded these songs,
Just a
and I
rickety
am
old computer.
just like amazed at this, like, because when you listen to them, when I was listening to them, I was picturing you going to a studio, like I had this whole story. And then when you came and just showed me your setup, I was just like, I'm honestly blown away. I feel like you
Thank
not
you.
only are a
Goodness.
fantastic songwriter, but you have this ability to produce and to compose that is like, yeah, unmatched.
Thank you. Wow.
So yeah, and so please check out these songs.
Hey.
So what has it been like to release and record these songs? Like you're saying it was ill-advised to do it in the
Very
2 months, but like,
ill-advised.
I mean,
Normally, like
some of these songs were from before,
with
right?
the
So
band, we want to like release on New Music Friday, kind of every six
right,
weeks.
right,
Give yourself a fighting chance with the algorithm,
right,
and like, hey, pre-save, blah blah blah.
right.
But to be honest with you, I'm very sick of that process
Okay.
because it feels like what everyone else is doing to try and break through. And when everybody's doing the same thing to break through, like if everybody's walking down the same road and they're all trying to go left, but they're all walking straight, doesn't it make sense to like, wait, I can I can just kind of go this way.
Right. Yeah.
And so
And so how did
I
you
just
do
wanted to
that?
leave that process behind, but not entirely. So my band keeps that process alive, and it's very
Right.
chess like.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna do this at
It's
this
more
time of day.
strategy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But personally, not obviously Chase the Bear does it the best. But when artists do that, even my own projects, it comes across as pandering to me.
Mm,
And we're in a high pace era
mm,
where people aren't listening to EPs and albums. They're like, skip, 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 skip. That's a cool song. Skip, 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 skip. That's a cool song.
yeah.
And saving it. And so it just seems to me that why can't you just put something out and then back it up with content and then lead people there? Kind of like,
Right.
let's set up Wonderland and then invite Alice in
Right.
and
Yeah.
see if they like it.
Okay.
Instead of being like, hey, there's this awesome theme park coming next week. You're going to love it. And then you open it up and everyone's like, that was a lot of buildup for nothing.
Right.
Instead, you just have it there and it's like, hey, make up your own damn mind on it.
Right.
And I think that's how I'll always do it with my own stuff,
Right.
is just like, hey, this thing's coming out tomorrow. I'll message you about it,
Right.
as opposed to pre-saving and making an insane amount of content around, I don't
The
know, the
the
thing.
buildup of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the song gets lost a lot of the time, which is why on my own stuff, and I think I'm annoying about this too. Actually, when I go through my own content, I'll play the song in like on a different instrument and in a different location, and just try to like drill the song into people's heads, just playing the song live. But once you do that past 3 or 4 times, it starts to have the same effect of like, I think I just wrote the song of the summer, hoity hoity hoy, which
Right.
is like, that's what I mean is that everybody's doing the same thing. Is everybody's saying, I got a new song on Friday. Please
Mm,
pre-save it. I wrote the
right.
song of the summer. Help me make this a hit. If you found the one artist that's gonna like and comment back and follow all your stuff because they're not too big yet. Newsflash, nobody's fucking big anymore. Like,
Right.
stop the pandering and just tell me who you are and what you do.
Right. Right.
So that's where I'm at with my stuff is, hi, I'm Troy. I make music everywhere I go, busking, on the stage, in the studio. Follow along if you want to make some magic.
Yeah.
If not, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that simple for me.
Yeah.
And it has to be because the band is, like I said, chess at all
Right.
times. It's like, is the moon in the right position to release the song? And then it doesn't do any better than if you just put it out. That's where I'm like, just put it out
Right.
and stop being so precious about it.
Right.
Which is where it's ill advised for me to have put out these 5 songs, but it feels great because it's like, instead of putting something out and waiting 6 months before I can try something different,
Yeah.
I just put it out, show people about it, and then make something that is different and go, actually, I want to do this.
Mhm.
Well, you know what? I'll put that out and I'll show people both those things. And just to be able to go at the pace of creativity instead of the pace of presentation is way better for me because
Okay.
you have the idea and you write the song and you record it and then you want to show everybody.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's you write the song and you record it and then it sits on a hard drive for 6 months and then you make a music video and then you make 6 months of content and then a year and a half has gone by and you don't even relate to that song anymore. And then you put it out and parade it when like your musical identity, your artistic identity doesn't even identify with the song that you just put out
I
anymore.
can resonate with
And you're
that.
like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I have to sing these words for the rest of my life. Like singing a song about your ex from 2 years ago
Right.
when what you're writing as an artist now is love songs about the new people you're meeting or something.
Right.
It's like this
Yeah.
huge dissonance. So
Right.
to be able to go, you know what, actually, I'm the artist. I don't want to put it out on Friday and I don't want to make the song of the summer and I don't care if you listen. I
Yeah.
actually just want to do whatever I want to do and not have anyone tell me any 9 ways to Sunday about it. That's fun.
Yeah.
But it is a hobby. in my mind. It's like the hobby because when you get the producer and the bandmates and everyone involved, it elevates the whole thing. Like
Right.
I'm not fooling myself thinking I could make something better or equivalent to Chase the Bear on my own because we have such a high standard and we have 12 people that are as talented as I am, all thinking about it at a really high intensity,
Right.
um, which is its own kind of fun. I kind of think of it as like the school group project where everyone's like all
Right.
in it together.
Yeah.
All right, team. And then the stuff on the sides like do your homework if you want.
Right.
Okay, I guess I'll start doing my homework.
So it sounds like that was a pretty like empowering process for you to just go through releasing your own music on your own the way you wanted to do it
Yeah.
and like yeah and I mean you've been behind you played every you showed me where you recorded the drums
Yeah.
you've played like, how many instruments do you play?
Um, I want to say 12, about 12. Um, just whatever I heard that I needed, I learned.
Yeah.
So if I needed like a classical guitar sound or a ukulele, like oh I want to write a ukulele song, I just get a ukulele and figure it out.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And you it's not like you dabble on just a few of those instruments like you're proficient on all of them and it's very inspiring. So
And it's all through songwriting. So I never like sat down and learned other people's music. I just learned what I needed.
okay,
So it was quite literally, I
like
want
you
to
wanted
write,
to add a song to
yeah,
or add a sound to a song and
yeah,
then
or I wanted to make a song. So it's like, oh, I want to make this Paul McCartney style ukulele thing. Okay, well, what's four chords on the ukulele?
right.
Okay, oh, I kind of get it. And then you write another song on the ukulele and you learn four different chords. You
Mm-hmm.
learn the song on the dulcimer and you learn a few chords. And what happens by the 12th song that you've written is you know all the chords and all the keys on this instrument and you can just play it. And it's
Right.
like, oh my gosh, there's only 12 notes. They all work the same way. It doesn't matter what you use to
Right.
interpret those 12 notes.
Okay.
It's just 12 notes, like
Right.
Beethoven, 12 notes, the Beatles, 12 notes, Jimi Hendrix, 12 notes,
Right.
Chase the Bear,
Right.
12 notes,
Yeah.
until God invents a 13th one. We're stuck with
Yeah.
12.
Well, maybe you're the 13th note.
I'm the
That's the
13th note. That's awesome. I really think that it's a little peek into how the universe itself works, right?
right.
Because the universe, like we're saying, is
Mm-hmm.
frequency, vibration, and
Yes.
wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't decide that the notes repeat after 12 notes. They just that's how it happens in nature. Is that there's 12 notes and then they repeat in the next octave up. But nobody invented octaves. They just exist as one pitch that goes so low you can't hear it and so high you can't hear it forever.
Right.
And there's only 12 notes that it cycles through. That one note cycles through 12 modes before it repeats itself. Um, there's 12 months, there's 12 hours, there's a lot of things that revolve around 12 that's interesting.
Wow.
If you ask me, there's only 12 if there's a multiverse, there's probably only 12 of them that is like similar to what we have here.
Mm.
And then there's octaves of those 12 that are all the different variations. But I'm pretty sure it all comes down to 12 because why would it in music and not nothing else, right? It's not music, it's just frequency itself hits 12 and then repeats.
Wow.
So
You have such a crazy
it's
understanding of music. Like your perspective on this is so deep and I love it. I
hey,
love it so
thanks.
much. Let's quickly listen to one of the songs from your one of the singles that you released. So let's listen to High Low. We'll give you a little snippet right here.
It's a good life, not a long ride. I've been up all night trying to get here right. Guess it's hard to move on when the hurt's on repeat in your mind.
So tell us a little bit about High Low. I mean, there's High Low and what's the other one that
Easy go?
Easy Go. Yes, thank you. High Low and
Sure.
Easy Go, they have this thread of wisdom and clearly you're showing us your wise side to us in this interview, and I love it.
Hey,
You have this wisdom throughout those songs. And as I was listening to it, I was wondering, like, does he just sit down and has a question that begs to be answered, or is it something that you like get an impression of and then you write the song about it? Like, how
oh,
does that
it happens.
come to
It
you
happens differently every
every
single
time?
time.
Okay.
But there really is only a handful of routes of how it happens,
Right.
which is really trippy.
Yeah.
It's really friggin' trippy that there's only, I can think of a million ways to write a song, but when I think of all those different ways, it boils down to 9 ways that you can write a song. And it just breaks down to, um, I leave lyric out of it a lot of the time because it's not actually the music part. Like for songwriting,
Mm-hmm.
how I visualize it is you write the song and then you separate the writing. Like the writing is a literary part.
Mm-hmm.
It drives me crazy. And I'm one of these people. I drive myself crazy because it does happen where, oh, I woke up with this song, or it came to me in a dream, or it happened in
Right.
10 minutes.
Right.
But that's all you ever hear from songwriters when it's like, how do you write a song? Paul
Yeah.
McCartney's like, well, I woke up from this dream and asked all my friends if it was a song, and they said no, and I recorded it, and it was a #1 hit, and shbah. It's like, okay, that gives me no insight into how
Right.
the functionality of any of these things that made that song work.
Yeah.
But then if you look at an accomplished writer, like a novelist or someone who writes for maybe the Nobel Peace people or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, they can tell you exactly every little literary tool that they used to craft what they wrote and why they did it that way.
Right.
Like when a Nobel Prize goes out, they have 2 write-ups for it. The scientific one for all the scientists that has all the scientific jargon. And then they have something that says all the exact same things. It doesn't miss any of it, but it takes all the scientific words out of it and says it in a way that like a 4th grader could understand it, so that the public can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same writer that writes both. And it's just a matter of your audience that you're writing to. And
Right.
that was like a mind-blowing thing. This guy who does the Nobel Peace stuff, he was saying like the code is around you, right? Write down little fragments of sentences that you hear on the radio and in conversation and from TV and from advertisements and stuff, because that's the way that people talk. And take the way that people talk and turn that into what you're writing and embed your message into that code. And suddenly it clicks with people. Which is something that a songwriter is never ever going to tell you, is that, oh, there's actually tools that you can use to
Mm-hmm.
make the lyrics and the words effective.
Right.
It's mostly elementary, like 3rd grade level, I love you and you love me, garbage lyrics out there.
Right.
Because of this problem.
Right.
So I like to separate the songwriting from writing, and how I'll do that is I'll just focus on the music first and then figure out the lyrics later.
Okay.
And if I do come up with the lyrics while I'm coming up with the song, I'll still work the song out to its completion and then take a second look at those lyrics and just like really tear them apart, because that's what you want to. Only 1% of the people listen to the lyrics, but when they finally do listen, right, you want to make sure that it means something to somebody.
Right.
I think
Right.
if you're going to shout it from the the rooftops. I've gone off the beaten path. What I was talking about before, the 9 ways to write a song, it's really just 4. I should get it right. All of music is built up of rhythm, melody, harmony, and lyric.
Mm-hmm.
Like the harmony is the chords, the rhythm, the beat, the melody, the top line, and then the lyrics, what you're saying. But if there's no lyrics, it's just melody, rhythm, and harmony, and whichever way you got there. So
Yeah.
if you come up with a lyric first, the next thing you might do is, oh, if it's like, I don't know, the sky is blue, but it's raining outside. Sky's blue, it's raining out. Oh, now we're doing rhythm. Sky's blue, I got a little melody. Sky's blue, it's raining out. Sky's blue, it's raining outside. And now you got melody, harmony, rhythm, and lyric, and you got music. Boom.
Yeah.
Right? So you could start at the lyric, you could start at the melody, and you're going to find the chords that go to that, and the rhythm, and the lyrics. Going to boom, you have a song.
Yeah.
Or you start at the rhythm, and you're going to start singing something or humming something, strumming something, and it's just that's how every song I've ever written. It's one of those routes. You either start at the melody, harmony, rhythm, or lyric, and then it's just whatever routes you go from there to finish the song.
Right.
And that's the most important friggin' part.
Yes.
And I take John Lennon real serious on this one. He said that everything you start, you should finish it when you start it, even if it means like missing a funeral. When it comes, you will never ever tap into it the same way as when you first come into it.
I love that.
So when you're writing a song and oh, I'll finish it later, I got things to do, you're never going to finish that song, or it's never going to be as good.
Yes.
The thing is, you got to just sit there and like, okay, we got a verse and a chorus.
Yeah.
We need a bridge and a pre-chorus. Let's get the rest. Come on, let's get the rest. And if you just really drag yourself through it, those are the best songs a lot of the time.
Yes.
And so that's what I'm talking about, is that there's a lot of work involved in the songwriting. It's not just it happens in 10 minutes. You really got to dive in. And I love it when it does happen in 10 minutes.
Yes.
Chase the Bear's most recent song, Worth Stealing, happened in 10 minutes. It was, I was sitting in my closet and I was going, woozy woozy wah, woozy woozy wah, woozy woozy wah, woozy woozy wah. And then I went, what does that sound like? Miles and miles away, miles and miles away. And then the whole song, like in an instant, boom, happened. And it was effortless. And the band, it's the song that's out there now. But 99% of the time, like I said, I started either those four routes and I really just tear it apart. And it'll always happen differently. Sometimes I have all the lyrics, I have all the melodies, I have all the instrumentation. And other times, it writes itself in the same way it would in that 10-minute way, but in a more focused, like couple hours way. Like those are the two songs that we're trying to talk about, but I keep rambling. Happened differently.
It's okay. I love it. It's good.
Easy Go.
Yeah.
I really wanted to enter into releasing my own music, and I thought, let's start with a level 1 song. Let's start with like a really simple song to write. Maybe we just grab an acoustic and sing whatever, and that's the first song. So I grabbed the acoustic and I just started strumming a couple chords, and then the first line came to me: pour me a drink, let's reminisce about the good times. And I went, oh no, that's a good line. What do I write next? I need something sweet to hear, 'cause the news got me trembling. And it was literally like one line. Oh, that's good. Next line. Oh no, it's still good. We got it. Okay, well, the next one and the next one.
No.
And then it's like 2 hours of like, I gotta get this next line right or the whole song is ruined. And then you get to the end and it's like a hair pulling process. But when you get to the end, not only have you already finished the song, you've rehearsed the song. And it's like, boom, you're playing it and there it is. And it's like, you're looking in the clouds like, oh, there it came again. But what the hell? Where did that come from? Okay, guess it's mine. And then you're stuck with it. Sometimes you play it for a decade, 2 decades, and then you have all these memories of everywhere you played it. And it's almost like it's its own person of its own memories. It has its, it's like multiple personality disorder, but it's related to all your songs.
Yeah.
So Easy Go is like line by line. Got to get this right. And High Low was more like the constructive process. It was first a breakup song I wrote in a hotel room in the South. That was a reinterpretation of an old song of mine that was like a love song for the girl that I ended up breaking up with. And I had this awesome chorus, and then I didn't like the song, so I just left it to be nothing. And then a year went by, and I came up with that great piano part that's on there. It's great to me. And I thought, Hey, spacing out. I thought, if I could sing one song to the world, what would it be? Because I had this breakup song, but I'm really sick of hearing relationship music, and I always feel sorry for the artist because it's like I get that you feel liberated to sing about these things, and other people enjoy hearing it and expressing it, but there's so much of it already,
Yeah.
and I feel sorry for the person that they're going to be years singing about their ex when they could like sing about life and death and the universe and the afterlife, and like, what do you even think about all this reality?
Right.
Like, don't tell me
Yeah.
what you think about some shithead that
Yeah.
did you wrong,
Yeah.
that we know about them.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about like what you think about this
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And so um,
Because
it drove me crazy. I put a keyboard in my bed, plugged into an amp on max volume, so that when I rolled over, I'd hit the instrument and go ah, and have to like, oh, I have to work on this song, because I believed that in that like half awake state is where the best stuff comes. So I was purposely making it so that it was accidentally on purpose songwriting. I
okay.
was making it so that I'd purposely accidentally wake up and work on the song. And when it clicked for me was I had all these personal self affirmations because I was really, really depressed. And I walk around town going, Troy, it's a good life. It's a good life. High, low, it's how the river flows. Just like keep it going.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that's what I want to sing to the world, is the things that I tell myself that make me feel better. Maybe
Right.
someone else needs to hear this.
Right.
Um, and then I rewrote the breakup chorus. I took the melody and rewrote it with this message of like, life has ups and downs, but that's the journey and that's the beauty. And
Yeah. And
it's a
that's such
short
a
life.
beautiful message. And honestly,
It's a
that's what
good
I
life.
loved about that song is just like riding the waves of life. And
Yeah.
I love that
I
message.
never hear that in a song. I always see people when they're having their great moment in life, they go, oh, it's a good life. But you never hear
Right.
that in a song.
Being expressed as
So it's
often
like,
anyways.
damn,
Yeah.
it is a good life.
I think that I love that
So
you
that song happened that way. And then
yeah.
the recording was like its own fever dream.
Yeah. I love that you kind of switched it up and you kind of had this moment of self-reflection to be like, I don't want to sing breakup songs anymore. And what you just reminded me of was an artist, Napalm from Hiatus Coyote. And I remember her saying that, and her words came into my mind as I was recently going into into the songwriting process that I've been in the last bit, where she's like, my songs are like mantras. And so,
Yes, they are.
if you're,
There's spells.
right. So
What kind of spell do you want to cast?
exactly. Do you want to
You
keep
want to cast the
living in that
one where your
heartbreak, or do
bitter
you
ex
want
is around
to,
all the
yeah,
time?
exactly. Do you want to keep living in the heartbreak, or do you want to write about what's getting you out of it and through it, and what's the perspective that's keeping you
Yeah,
going, right?
absolutely. And
I
those are the ones I share. So I recorded that and shared that one because it moved me the most.
yeah.
Because like I didn't have this thought of like, oh gosh, people are gonna love this. I just I just really liked it and thought
Yeah.
how magical that it can just, this one 3-minute song like can take my most depressed day and like sunshine and rainbows and whoa.
And that's the gift
And
we have as artists.
that's the
Like,
magic that I was
yeah.
talking about earlier. It's like we get to take these frequencies and turn it into emotions.
Yeah.
What?
It's pretty awesome being a songwriter and a musician. We really we're so lucky to do what we do.
Absolutely.
So I do want to be mindful of the time. So let's keep moving here. Let's have a little taste of Hurricane Maggie. So we'll give you guys a little bit to listen to there.
Caught me trying to write a new page. You caught me trying to set my old ways. I want to give them up and give them all away.
So Hurricane Maggie is a really emotional song.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And the lyrics are like a little bit mysterious to me. And so if you're comfortable, I'm very curious about what that song is about, if you want to talk
Yeah.
about it.
That one I'm amazed I shared it. because it is so personal. But that's like the whole point of me doing this side of me is, like I keep saying it, I don't care if anybody likes me or not. I just want to put these things somewhere. I don't know why, actually. But that song to me was like a very, very vulnerable moment in my life. And so to share it was actually scary. My mom didn't like the song.
Really?
I can
Interesting.
tell you why. Um, um, but because it was so scary to share something so vulnerable, I felt compelled to do it.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. You're
just
like, this is scaring me. I should probably
yeah,
do it,
it's like
right? Yeah.
I want to. You don't, as you get older. In your 20s, you feel it all the time. When you get older, there's less and less things that bring on that feeling of like, oh gosh, this. I'm scared to share this. I'm scared to say this, or I'm scared to do this.
Right.
And so it's an exciting thing for me when it pops back up. I'm like, oh, there's that thrill. Like, okay,
Yeah.
let's hit sand and see what happens. um, yeah. Broken up with now. It's not a breakup song. It was a love song, which are songs I'm also tired of. It's love songs, but I never said the word love in that song.
Mm,
Here's a challenge to my fellow
okay.
songwriters: write a love song without using the word love,
Mm-hmm.
and write a heartbreak song without using the word heart or love. Like, take those words out of it and see if you can still do it. You
Okay.
can.
There's your prompt, people.
One of my
There's your
favorite
prompt.
songs I wrote was a Christmas song where I never said the word Christmas in it.
Mm.
And everybody understood it was a Christmas song. There's lots of Christmas songs like that. The secret is you just put some jingle bells in the mix, and then they're like, "Oh, this is Christmas." Okay, Hurricane Maggie, affectionately, was the nickname that I gave a woman that I fell very deeply in love with.
Okay.
I met her busking, and she's wildly cosmic and intelligent, very much a mystic.
Okay.
And before we started dating, I wrote that on the piano in the front yard and
Mm-hmm.
forgot about it. And 6 months ago, 7 months ago, she broke up with me, and I've just been living the single life again, which is
Yeah.
good. Kind
Yeah.
of prefer it.
Yeah.
Just going
Yeah.
home and hanging out with my cat and
Hey,
hanging
I'm
out with
all for
friends.
that. I'm in the same boat as you.
Yeah, I've gone on a date or two, and then it's like, ah, this is why I don't do this. And no offense to the people that have gone on dates, see this. Like, no offense to you. It's just that the people I was in relationships, like, show me why I was in relationships with them. They were truly great, and they
Right.
kind of make the rest of you look kind of bad.
All right.
Sorry.
All right.
Ooh,
There.
that sounds awful. That sounds a bit
Little bit of tea there, people. Little bit of tea.
like just angry straight white guy talk. Like, I'm sorry about that. I'm sure the people I've dated could turn out to be amazing. It's just the ones I ended up in relationships with were like the one in my
Right.
mind.
Okay. Just different
And
feeling.
so there was like, yeah, she was a mystery to me, and where she came from. I had
Mm-hmm.
no idea about her, but I knew that I had all this love for her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wrote that song.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was looking for a new song to put out after I'm in Love with Death, which seemed like too extreme. It's like, this is an extreme perspective on the situation.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do something a bit more soulful. I found that on my hard drive, and it was like 3 in the morning going through stuff on my computer, and I found that, and it did make me cry. And then I thought, oh, what a beautiful song, though. Like,
And it is. It is.
it'd be a
Please check it
shame
out,
if
you
I
guys.
just deleted this
I'm
because of
so glad you didn't.
the story with this person. It's like,
Right.
and because it was written a year ago, the piano and the low vocal, all the harmonies is this year. But because of that, I literally don't know how to play and sing it.
Oh,
I
interesting.
literally don't, and I don't want to learn how to play and sing it because it
Okay.
is so vulnerable that it was
Right.
like I'd probably just weep if I played it.
Totally
Um,
right.
but that's exactly the reason why I felt I had to make it,
Yes.
was because it made
The
me feel like so crazy. It was like, okay,
yeah.
that to me is the sign.
Yes. 100%. I know that feeling. I know that feeling for sure.
And like, and from an artistic perspective, that's what I want to focus on.
Yeah.
Is like those things that are like really
Have resonance.
compel me and take me away and
Yeah.
hypnotize me and put me in this other space where it's like just me and this thing and nothing else exists. It's like, whoa, what is this doing to me right now?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay. It's kind of like um it's a lot like marijuana or a drink.
Right.
You know, you have couple drinks and it makes you feel a certain way and you go, oh, I want to give my friend a couple drinks, maybe it'll make them feel a certain way. And sure enough, it does.
Yeah.
That's exactly how music works.
Right.
And I think we forget that. We make things and we want them to like it. Oh, please like it. The truth is that it works exactly the same way as alcohol or drugs or food in your body works. It's an experience. If it's an experience that you can have, it's an experience someone else is going to have.
Yeah.
Right. Just because you sang the song doesn't make it special. Like, it doesn't make you special, I guess. It's the song will always be special in the way that marijuana or a drink or food will always be special.
Yeah.
Because the food will always do the thing to all the people.
Right.
But the people are just receiving.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah. And I think sometimes we can get, I know that I get in my head about like, oh my God, no one's going to like it. That like I get in that space about releasing music. That's for me a really big block. But you know, when I think about that, I've had moments of like, but is it really up to me? I don't know if it's really up to me. It's up to the people listening to it, whether or not they like my song, resonate with my song.
Right.
I of course have to like it to an extent, you know, so that you
and
can.
beyond that, what it makes you feel.
Exactly. Yeah.
100%, 10 for 10 times,
Yeah.
a song that you write that makes you feel a certain thing.
Yeah.
It will always make the other people that you play it to feel that same thing. And that's what I'm saying is that
you
it
see
works
that so clearly
the same way as a drink does.
Right. Yeah.
Like the drink's going to hit people differently, but the drink is always going to work, right? The song is always going to work. You just got to remove our insecurities about it.
Yeah, like our ego.
You know,
I guess you could say. You know,
like,
yeah.
Oh, are they gonna like this song?
Yeah.
It's like asking if the whiskey's gonna work. Of course, the whiskey's gonna work. It's whiskey.
Right.
The song is gonna work. It's a song.
Yeah.
How you choose to interpret or present it, that's all on you.
Yeah.
You know, or us, or the artists. You know.
Yeah. I feel like we could keep talking for so long. I love this conversation so much. But let's try and wrap it up here. What are you planning on performing the music in your solo project as a band? Do you see that in the future at all?
It's strange. What I'm kind of I first put it out thinking I'll just Harry Nilsson it. Harry Nilsson put out. He was produced by John Lennon.
Oh, okay.
Tons of great records.
Yeah.
Never played live once. Was one of the best-selling artists of all time.
Okay.
Never got on stage. And I thought that'd be kind of cool to like, okay, instead of make music that sells tickets and brings people to a venue,
right,
make music for in your kitchen, making dinner, at the beach, in the bath, you know, having a glass of wine with a friend, in the car driving, which is what we want to think all the music is always for. But a lot of times we make music that's more of a advertisement for our show than it is, here's the song that's been captured. So I thought I'll just never play live ever, and that'll be great.
Okay.
And then somebody said, hey, you want to play in front of 150 people at 8 a.m. at the Vancouver Art Gallery tomorrow? And I went, I do.
And what songs are you going to play?
And then I played my songs, and the room was clapping along in time and singing along and screaming. And I was like, and my online thing, I got, I think, 100 streams that day. And it was like, okay, clearly I need to play. But how that looks and how that works, I have no idea yet. Okay. I'm not as schemy.
Yeah,
and
you're very in the moment. You're going to see where it takes you.
Yeah, like our drummer Connor, he went out there with his solo band, and it's excellent. And I still don't really know how that all happened. It's like really great, because I only know how to chase the bear. Like I can't visualize myself on stage without them. It's
Right.
strange. But
Okay.
then when I am on stage without them, it still works. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, people want to hear this, so I should be doing this. So I'm at a point now where I'm thinking, yes, I will,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to do it because I don't want to do anything the way that we do things. I'm not going to like, hey, we're doing this show in a few months. Please buy the tickets or whatever, and then have that be the thing that perpetuates it all.
Right.
I want to keep putting music out and making content around it and supporting it and lifting it up on the online space until essentially attention has been built for me to play live.
Right.
Which is starting to happen. I got like a handful of people that are like, "Hey, are you ever gonna do anything with this stuff?"
Okay.
And I tell
So you're
them
getting
no,
some,
and they
yeah.
go, "Ah."
Too
And it's
bad.
like, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
But when the tension is so much, when the pressure's there, where it's like, I could take any venue in town and fill it up with people, then I'll go do it. But I probably, and this is where I feel like a crazy person. I would do songs like Easy Go and High Low in a band configuration, but it won't ever sound like how I recorded it. Because I imagine like you get a band involved and you have bass and drums and keys, and you kind of just want to like do it Beatles style, and
Right.
let's just rock and roll. But the recording I made on my own doesn't even have drums until the very last 10 seconds. It's just all these insane sounds, because I thought they were interesting.
Yeah.
That I don't think you could create live,
Okay.
So I think the songs, yes, but the way anybody knows them, no, which will be funny because there'll be all this
Right.
pressure built up to hear this catalog of music, and then you go hear this band that's just kicking ass, but it's like, this doesn't sound like anything that I listen to.
Right.
And that's kind of what I want to do to people.
Yeah. Well, I think, there should be a little bit of a like I think it's a surprise element that when people go, it's different than how they hear it, and it'll probably be
Yeah.
amazing.
Hey,
If
thanks.
you
Well,
end up doing it.
I
I'm
hope
sure
so.
that whatever band you put together
I
for
hope
this will
so.
be great, and I will be there.
Hell
So
yeah.
I will be there to watch
The
that.
next thing I'm recording after the next Weird single is an album that I want to make kind of intentionally band-esque.
Okay.
So that it kind of
So that
like
it can translate.
it's designed to be a show.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm gonna have to work these first songs into it a bit.
Yeah. So when do you have a plan to release your next single? I mean, you've released
Whoa, my bad.
5, in the last 2 months, as you said. So do you have another one coming up that
Yeah,
we
I
can
do,
look
yeah.
forward to?
I haven't recorded it yet, but the other ones I recorded the day I released them, so it's kind of how I do it. Yeah.
Really?
The next one I have is an old song that's from years ago that people keep reacting to it while I'm busking.
Okay.
And there's this lady that was crying last time and requested it and then started crying listening to the song. And it's a happy song. So it was this tears of joy moment. And they told me, you should record that song. And I said, I'm going to take that as a message from the universe that I should do that. And I will do that. And that was a week ago. And so I'm like, shit, I got to do it now.
Do you have a title for it?
Yeah,
yet?
Willow Tree.
Oh.
And I was gonna record it today or last weekend. So
Soon then.
what's the date today? I'll take a peek. It's I'd say expect it in the next 2 weeks kind of thing. And I'll just message you and to whoever else, hey,
yes.
I got a new song.
I love it. I love it. All right. So
I could play a little bit.
Oh, sure.
And my mom does like this
one. Okay, that's good. Mom approved.
When I told her about the last song, she said, "I not my cup of tea, but cool that you're finishing songs." And then I said, "Yes, not mine either, Ma, but the next one's a happy one." And she said, "Good." And she actually said, "You know what'd be good is if you did a new version of Willow Tree," which was ironically the song I was telling her about without telling her the title. So it was like the song has been coming at me from multiple directions in a way.
Okay.
Which to me is like the spirit telling you.
Yes, I'm going to clip this onto your pant here so that we can hear the guitar.
Come with me to the willow tree, we'll fade away, find some peace. It could feel just like a dream, oh so warm and oh so sweet. Walking through a field of daisies, feeling lazy as the day is long. Staring out at those waves, wasting away, playing our favorite songs. I wanna feel alive, I wanna feel alive with you every side tonight. It's gonna be the night, we're gonna get it right. Follow me into a dream, it could be oh so sweet, yellow tangerine. Flying on the wings of destiny, getting high, high as birds, flying through a sky of daisies, feeling lazy as the sky is long. Staring down at those waves, wasting away, playing our favorite songs. I wanna feel alive, I wanna feel alive with you every side tonight. It's gonna be the night, we're gonna get it right. Come with me to the willow tree, we'll fade away, find some peace of mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
Can't
thank you.
wait to hear that one when you record it.
Woo! I'm excited
Back from
to
you.
do it.
Yes.
How I'm imagining it is
Oh.
that I do the acoustic and the vocal. It's kind of how I do all the recordings. My
Right.
friends in Screaming Meadows, who you should look up, showed me this. And it's like a dangerous secret. You just need a rhythm track and a vocal. Get a rhythm track and a vocal, and then you can build it to be whatever the hell you want. You can do drums later.
Okay.
It's a
Cool.
misconception that you got to start
Do
with the
the
drums.
beds, yeah.
I've been starting with drums my whole
Yeah.
life,
Same.
and then my friend showed me like, no, you write a song on the piano, record the piano, record the voice, then figure the rest out. Record it
That's
on, you
neat.
write it on the electric guitar, record the
Yeah.
electric guitar, the voice, figure the rest out. So with this one, I always do bass second,
Mhm.
always. And I don't know if anyone else is like that, but I find that I don't understand a recorded song without the bass. It's like I do for this one, I'm going to do acoustic and then the vocal, and then I'll play the bass, and then I'm imagining I'll build like a percussion track, and then I'm just going to add things until I don't hate it, and then I'll post it.
I love it. I
Yeah,
can't wait. I
it's
can't wait.
I'm like such a simpleton compared to the other people in the music scene. You know,
Right.
like everyone's going to the $1 million studio with the
Yep.
awesome producer, and I'd love to do that. I'm flat broke,
Yeah.
and I got songs I want to sing
Yeah.
to you.
And
So
honestly,
why spend thousands of dollars just to sing the one song to you?
you are showing us through these songs that you have released that you really don't need much. You just you don't need much to record the songs.
No,
And
as long as it sounds good into the mic, and you can sound good without any technology. It'll be great.
you've put that work in. You're like one of the hardest working musicians I know, and your
Hey,
dedication and
thank
your
you.
commitment to songwriting is honestly just unmatched. So anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. Last question is, who do you nominate to be on this podcast next?
A few people I can think of. Because I was at his show last night, I'd say Summer's brother.
Okay.
And because it's a mutual friend,
Yes,
I
that's
think
true.
Connor would love to hear from you again.
Okay, great.
And I'm pretty sure this is why Chase the Bear is great, what I'm about to say. I'm pretty sure Connor will answer every one of these questions opposite of what I answered.
Okay.
It doesn't make it wrong.
No.
It just makes us great when we come together.
Yes.
Because we're like a puzzle piece, you know?
I love it.
Is I think I have this whole vision of how things work. And then he comes in with this crazy things. Like the other day, he said, I went online and I offered people a free sticker if they followed me and listened to the music, to see if I could get an influx of people to like check it out. I was like, Okay, did it work? It's like, yes, thousands of people have followed. Like he got thousands of people to
You know what? I
follow him
think I did
and
see
follow him
that.
about it. Which is like something I'd never think of or never do because it's like that's crazy. How do you keep up with that? And then 3 months went by, and I think he had to abort the thing because he's like he's
It's too
getting hate
much.
mail about it. Like I
Oh,
was promised a
oh
sticker.
no.
Ah, and I was like, oh gosh, okay, that's why you don't do it. But it takes someone like Connor who's just gonna be like, oh, I have this great idea, let's do it,
Yeah,
to figure that out.
yeah.
Which I
I
think
love
is
it.
also why we work well together,
Yeah.
is because, like I said, I don't like to move at the speed of presentation. I like to move at the speed of creativity. Because creativity is like us deciding to do this podcast. Oh, what questions are we going to ask? Okay, let's write it down. All right, let's put the camera up. Let's do it right now.
Yes.
The
That is
speed
literally
of
what happened. So,
presentation is like, okay, well, let's make this the best. Let's refilm it 10 times. Let's make the
yeah,
questions better. It's like
yeah.
go above and beyond. And oftentimes it's,
It just
why are
gets
we going
lost.
above and
Yeah.
beyond? The initial
Keep it
thing is
simple.
awesome.
Yes.
You
Exactly.
know?
Exactly. And I'm so grateful that you took time out of your day to come all the way out here and talk about your songs and like
Hey,
your
it's been a
life and
pleasure. It's real
everything. Like
fun.
such a
I
privilege.
rarely talk to people about this stuff, so this is cool.
Well, what a treat for all of us to experience this. Seriously, letting us into your world a little bit. So I know I'm super grateful. Thank you so much for listening to our chat here today.
Peace, love, and rock and roll.
Thank you for staying tuned in until the very end. Please make sure to listen to Troy Gilmore's music. We're going to post all the links below. Make sure to follow, subscribe, sign up to our email list so you can stay informed about our next episode. Until next time, you guys.